Back, so we'll go ahead and start. So this is the English B A period debate. The topic is economic development. So the question is economic development more important than environmental protection? So I believe, which side did we start with? We started with this side, right? Did we start with that side?
No,
this side. Okay, good. So I'll be in the back. You can ignore me. I'll just be taking notes. Go ahead and start. If you need anything for Darren, 2 minutes. I'll have your speeches here on the tablet, so just 1 second. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and start. So let's be respectful. Listen up. Okay,
Do you know what on earth is going on? After World War II, many countries were developed industry, technology, economy. So to make our life better, to develop our economy, we waste a ton of materials. By those, environmental destruction is proceeding rapidly, and then human existence faces a crisis of survival. All people ever had or already knew about global warming or environmental deterioration. Now we need to protect the earth to make our life better. If the economy continues to develop and then nothing to do for environment, pollution happens and affects the earth. Why we need to protect the environment? Because it provides essentials, place to live, water to drink, air to breathe. The obligation to protect the future of our children is in our hands. Therefore, our temporary environmental problem is more important than economic development.
Okay, thanks for that. Person 2.
Do you know the significance of the environment? According to our group discussion, we agree that the nation should focus on environmental issues because it's our land and we need to protect our land. Global warming is a good example for environmental issues. If we don't care about our environment, new generation, our children will affect a lot. According to our search and National Geographic search, Antarctica ice started melting. That means some of the countries, for example Poland, will be covered by water because of the climate change. Later on, we will talk about the climate change impacts such as rising sea level. However, this is our land and we should really need to protect our earth, protect our land to live a better life for our children.
Okay, thanks. Let's go back to team B. Persons 1 and persons 2.
Okay, so our group represents the idea of that economy should be on the first place before the ecological understanding of the situation that we have right now. Yes, there is a lot of global issues that are happening. There is a global warming. Yes, it's really true. Yes, we lose our resources, oil and everything, and we should think about that ecologically, from ecological side of thinking. But in another way, humans from the first day knew how to trade. Economy is trading, and we can't just destroy everything with a plan of people that tell us every day the same thing that we should change, we should destroy, but what you're gonna give us instead? Energy that we're gonna use from the nature? I don't think it's gonna work really, because this really requires a lot of time, and a lot of understanding from political side of view. Another thing that I want to add is that everything in our world is based on society. Everything. And how society thinks, how society understands the thing, that's gonna be the change. If we want to change our world to more ecological kind of, we should do that. But if you can't do anything with that, if our society just doesn't want to change, and we're gonna just fight like that, economy versus ecology, it's not gonna do any good for us. We just need to work together as a team. That's the only thing we can pretend. And economy cannot just stay away from it when ecology works. Ecology can't live without economy. Because without economy, ecology is not going to be supplied with anything. That's what it is.
Okay.
So why do we believe that economy is more important? Because economy is what controls the world, and like all the people is trying to make money to survive, to buy their needs and everything. Like, do you think that one person would prefer to go to a farm or somewhere else and plant a tree instead of making some business and get some money? I don't think all the people would try to do that. But most of the people care more about the economy and what is happening now in their life and what is going to happen in the future. Because, like, if the people before didn't do anything for the future, why should we do something? We should care about our lives and what is happening during this period. And as the quote says, money doesn't grow on trees, so we need money to survive. We need money to buy our needs. Like the environment is something that can affect in the future, but not during our life. That's why we believe that economy is more important.
Thanks, you guys. Okay. Team A, you have 1 minute to pose questions to Team B. So please try to pose a question and let them respond, okay? After 1 minute, we'll change sides. Maybe this is a requirement.
Why do you think we can change the people's way of thinking? This need for money.
Because there are already like many people, they already try to do something for the future of the environment, but they cannot do it because people care more about the money, the economy, and the world.
Economy was number one priority for all the times in every nation. And every person would care more about his money or shares. But yeah, global warming is a big crazy problem right now. But I think we should more care about the economy. Because many countries right now, they don't know where they're going. They have money, but their economy is not stable. And if many of these countries will collapse, the world will have one more way of economic growth.
There's going to be a war.
Okay, guys, we'll put it back to this team. So 1 minute to pose questions to this team. Please pose a question and allow them to answer.
I have a question for the host. Or should I ask the question for the
You can address it to a specific person or just to the team
So-
in general.
question for the team? Like, do you really care about, like, you care more about the environment and about making profit and money and buying your needs? I'm not saying about living like luxury life, but the simple needs, like go to the supermarket and buy, or do you prefer live without money, without economic and poverty, but with a clean environment and stuff? and you know that you're not gonna live in here forever. Not gonna more than 80 years.
That's the problem. Not everyone buy only what they need. They normally buy more than what they need, and that's what's making damage to the environment. If you walk into a supermarket and you bought only the food you need and what you're gonna need for the week, in total, only to satisfy your basic needs, you wouldn't have a problem.
Because we tell that to people that I can tell you the amount that they use. It's like, it's like a dictatorship. You tell people how much you should buy, how much you should sell. Then we should just destroy economy. We don't need it. Why should we need economy if people should buy only the right mass of food we need, It's just like, again, no, for my grade, it's not.
Okay, I want to say something.
Now all the nations do not focus on only industry or economy, but we need to fear more about the environment.
Yeah, but if we're gonna make our economy stable, we can after that we can solve the problem with global warming. Because right now the world actually crisis. Like for example, United States, they have money, but they don't know where they're going. Like they can collapse every year, and like it's gonna happen soon. So I think first of all we should solve the main problems with the economy, and after that, I think humanity will solve the global warming and make our environment better.
Okay, guys, we gotta move on. Thanks. So we'll do another session, 2 more sessions of questions and answers. So make sure you maybe note something down to ask. Thanks for your participation. Let's move on to person 3, David, on this.
How can you even think on choosing the economy over the environment when that means choosing great corporations over our friends and family, over our free future? When you, many times we already seen what happens when you choose economy over environment. In China, for example, children and adults are sick and dying every year. More people die because of air pollution, because of the burning of coal. And in Easter Island, after everyone used all the resources there, people start killing each other and eating each other. And that's probably what's gonna happen to us after we're finished with this. Would you really kill your own children just for money?
Okay. Thanks, David, person 4.
One is impoverished because of industrial development and expansion of cities. Lake and a river is polluted because of
You want
waste.
the picture?
Yes.
You can touch the laptop. Or you can just you move the podium a little bit and you can start it if you want. You can just move the podium. That's good, right? Or maybe if you move just a little bit, they can see the picture. Wherever you want. Okay, sorry, I started again.
Beautiful picture.
One is impoverished because of industrial development and expansion of cities. The lake and the rivers is polluted because the waste comes from factories. Water and air is also polluted because of poisonous gas and liquids. All of this happens in China right now. As we already mentioned, China has dramatically developed and it becomes one of the largest economic countries in the world. The country, China, emits more greenhouse gas than U.S., which is one of the largest greenhouse gas emitters. Rapid industry development depends on increasing input of energy, natural resources, and environmental services. As this photo shows, Ultimately, pollution becomes one of the serious problems which in thinking of governmental policies. According to WHO, 656,000 Chinese citizens were killed because of the air pollution every year. So it is contrary to morals that develop economy even if killing people.
Thank you. Okay, over to the other team for some student.
As you know, I agree with the statement that economy is more important than environment. Economy is already controlling the world, not the environment. Do you want to leave our children without jobs, without any safe future? Why would you want to exclude something that provides solid ground for human development? Ask yourself this question. Without the economy, there is no environmental protection. Without the money that the economy is provided, it's no safe future to save the environment. And the people are the animals. They want to go forward, not backward. Therefore, it's impossible to stop economic growth. In some point in our life, probably we will find a way to protect the environment because of the economic growth.
Thanks, Julia.
It's okay.
Okay, questions for So have your questions ready for after the boss.
So, hello, and my team thinks that economic development is more important than environmental protection. Just think about it. Have you ever thought about it? Like, what can you achieve only with environmental protection and without economics? But I think that you can address technology directly to the customer's needs, and that what will help the economic development to grow, and at the same time not killing our planet, even though helping it. So, in my opinion, the best formula for success and for helping our planet is money and technology equals to the good environment and of course stable economy. So I heard the group was talking about China, but what we can say about China, yes, they have a lot of money and they have technology, one of the best technology worldwide nowadays. But the environment is really bad. So you ask why? I think no one is interested yet in helping our environment, and it's not profitable enough, so people will, I don't know, invest into environmental technology and stuff. But I guess that in a few years, like in 3-4 years, China is going to be the country that will help our environment to, like, China is going to be the country that's going to help the environment and decrease the pollution and everything. So invest in high technology and good environment can become better.
The team A, you have 1 minute to pose questions to team B and allow them to answer, okay? They're asking you, so we'll give them a minute
So as I said, China's environmental problem is now a very serious problem. So how could we do to solve that problem as the economic issue and how to make better
Well, like, I guess all millionaires and billionaires of China is investing money into technology. In a few years, when the when people will be interested in buying something that will help environment, the price on this technology is gonna go, and that's the time when the people's gonna invest their money into this technology. So at the same time they can help the world, and at the same time they can make a lot of profit. That's what people want to do.
The environmental protection is getting more and more famous in the economic world. So right now the economy is going forward to money, but then in some point, like right now, they started looking backwards to the environment. So it's possible for them to just start focusing on it.
Yeah, okay, you're talking about the safe environment, yeah. And for example, let's imagine, if we want to reduce the pollution, then we should create and develop new nuclear stations. And for this we need money. We can develop the electronic energy, and for this we also need the money. So without stable economy, we're not going to provide a good things for the environment.
Okay, thanks guys. Let's flip it to this team. So, when the questions for this team.
Give me the mic.
Okay, you think, like, I know that a lot of people dying in China, but you know that the growth of the population is like insane nowadays. I think it's really gonna affect the world that much. And I don't think that it's the biggest issue nowadays. And I don't think it's because of economics that the
Well,
people
that's
are.
not an answer. You know an answer?
Because of the overpopulation in China, that's why we need to protect the nuclear zone.
So when
But
the
don't you-
population
So
Okay,
the future
this
of the
is-
world is the future of the China.
Okay, it doesn't affect the world in a large scale, but think about you. You and your family. If someone in your family died because of that, you need to be angry.
But
Wouldn't
don't you,
that affect you?
Well,
but don't you think the
There's another
environment
question.
is killing people in the same way as economy? It's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing
What would you
because
prefer?
environment, it's I don't know the
Environment-
okay the dinosaurs they got destroyed because of the environment.
I would
Like
prefer.
environment is equal to economy kind of. Like they destroying like they killing people in the same way.
Environment and economy is
No, but I would prefer to die from, I don't know, gases than from poverty, die because of starving that I can buy food.
Yeah, or
But
because
living in the clean world and starving because I can buy bread and feed myself, I would prefer to die.
So why
Rich
there is
and-
another population in China why they have that
in the economy, and
Yeah.
like in the family, there's a lot of people. So people should be more care about the money, because how are you going to feed the family? How are you going to feed your kids?
Okay, we'll leave it at that. So let's hear from you two guys.
It's
So there's one more question answer session. Let's go into persons 5 and 6. On persons 5 and Bobby Yeah. And we're going to okay, Bobby.
The environment is alive, and it's changing, and not in its best way. But we should take take care about the environment. There's several answers to that. The agriculture has trees, grass, bushes. It's providing us with oxygen, which we are breathing. And not only that is the weather, water we use to drink is now poisonous. There's other health problems. The second reason is climate changing. Not only is it catastrophes, such as rising sea levels, and the anomaly of very cold and hot days, but it's affecting our agriculture. Scientists find out the crops are very sensitive to the weather. For example, there would be a huge heat wave in Russia in 2010, which damaged all the crops. We may have the same problem not for weeks, but for years. This is inevitable, if we don't protect the environment. That's all.
Look at person 6, Evan. Or is it not your person 6, yeah.
So, you guys talked a lot about how people can't change, but the human beings are it's a race that has been changing since the beginning of time. That's how we got to where we are. Maybe we have a problem with money. Maybe that's a problem with our politics. Maybe we should be communists, I don't know. Maybe that's a better solution than what we have now. But we can change something. People will eventually change. That's not a problem. And what can we do if the people have jobs to offer, but we don't have people for the jobs? What do we have then? Nothing.
Okay. Environment. Firstly, what I'm not agreeing with is that ecology, although we tell everybody that yes, it's good, there is nothing bad with it, right? From the first place, when you look at ecological people, like saying, oh, global warming, oh, look at that. But when you look through economy and ecology, you see actually that they are doing a good job for businessmen, selling the products that help our environment. And still, politics, as I said before, are just annoyed with ideas that people who think about more environment than other things that are real right now, that thinking about future some way, you know, they don't think about the problems that are right now. Yes, there is some effects of global warming, but they're not huge. There is Australia that is suffering from heat wave, but still, I mean, most of the world is living right now, and what we need is a serious understanding in everything. It's not a kids play, you know. You just, if you want to save the environment, you should invest a lot of it. It's not about money, it's about people. It's about investing people in that kind of issue. If you don't invest people in that kind of issue, if you just think about, say, money is bad, okay, destroy the currency of the country, what is gonna be then? What is gonna be left of us? Just destroy the economy. Take Nike, everything, destroy everything. And just leave the environment. Let us live in the bushes, in the grass as we did thousands of years ago. Let's get back to our past and forget about future. Is that what you want? If this is what you want, let's do that. Come on. Let's check what is your idea really. That's all.
Okay, thanks, Bruno. Person 6.
Okay, so you say that we're killing the future of our children. Like, it is not that we're killing the future of our children. If the parents care more about the economy, it's for the better future of the children. Like if they are going to have money or not. Like even an example can be in China. Like there is a lot of people and they already had some problems. And the economy is growing and they're not doing anything for the environment problem. So even like all the people care more about the economy because they want to get money, they want to have a better life, even if they don't care about what is going to happen in the future. So it is true that we need a world with good environment to have an economy, but now the world is kind of okay, like, and we can keep having people working for their lives to get money, and that's what we believe.
Thank you, guys. Okay,
Let's
back to questions and answers.
Yes, you don't know
So,
the rules.
team one, you guys have a minute to ask questions. Team A to team B.
Alright, you said the destroying of the economy of mind, etc. But instead, try to imagine sort of the environment and what's left.
Oh,
It's not possible that we're gonna destroy all the environment. The people are not gonna let it to destroy all the environment. Even when they cutting trees for paper, they put in new trees. It's not the environment, it's just going to disappear.
Okay, for example, we have problems right now with air pollution and sunburn. Heat waves, right. Let's imagine there's like 1,001 times even stronger than now.
But we had the same problems, like not with air pollution, but we had the same problem with heat waves before. And it wasn't like the human weren't responsible about it for that.
yeah.
It's just the way as environment it's going.
Yes.
Sometimes it's cold, and sometimes it's just too hot
Just
and
not
it's
our
normal.
climate.
If you look to go 200 years ago, it was the same thing. Like message official was a video was saying that a lot of scientists in Britain think that the global warming is just another apocalyptic joke. You know, just to make money. Money, money, money. Economy. Environment is economy. The same thing. Just think about that Russian movie. You know?
Okay, guys.
I have, yeah, me too.
Okay, maybe that's the one share now.
I
Go ahead, Sam.
have a question. It's all good. Imagine that 50 years ago, Poland is covered by water. How can you develop your country if your land is gone?
So,
So, but
I
do
don't
you
think Poland is going to get the water.
like Poland.
look, if it's gonna be underwater, people will do something for it. They for sure.
Poland knows in many travels. I think for sure they're going to figure it out.
Yes, humanity are facing such huge problems in every century. Every century we overcome it because of we all getting together and we bring our idea in going to one main thing. So right now we have two big problems: economy and environment. How to solve this? We should do it by steps. We should first solve one problem and after move to another. If we're gonna try to solve both problems at the same time, that's not gonna work.
Actually,
Okay, guys, can I ask you guys to just thank you for that. Let's turn it over. Sorry, this time you guys can ask a question.
I can ask you actually the same question. What you're gonna do? You're talking about Poland to be under
Poland.
Poland. But
I'll add it. In French, the word for Holland is Pays Bas, which means low country, so it's low elevation. It's near the sea level.
but it's the same as environment is destroying the volcanoes or exploding, so they can destroy the islands. So it's the same thing. Like they're gonna get destroyed. Either way, they're gonna get destroyed by the environment or no, actually,
Ask the question, not answer
no. I
the
had the
question.
question about China.
China.
Yes.
I have a question. Like, how do you think that you're going to change people's mind of, like, taking more care of their mind?
How are you gonna influence the society?
For that, you need money to do it.
A lot of
Yeah, you need a lot of money to do something.
Huge
Without
investments.
economy, you don't
Yeah,
have
for that.
money. Huh?
and the economy is not stable.
We didn't say this for yes.
No, I'm asking you, how do you think, even if you need
Well,
money
we can
for
try to speak and see if we can hear.
do you think
If they want to
that
wait,
people
and-
just care about
if
what
they
you
want to
think?
wait until the problems in their faces are going rapidly,
Okay, would you put the trees in my garden for free? If I would ask you that, like, okay, let's pretend we don't have money, anything.
Then
The
do
job
something for the environment.
and it's good for the environment, more trees, we can do it for free.
We didn't protect the environment, so we need the money. So if keep the environment and keep the economy, we don't need any more money, much money.
Maybe you need money for do something
People are
People are
People
based on
can just
changing.
focus on something like environment.
You can't make environment better without money. Because nobody wants to
It's
work
the same
for
as
free.
we say that human is gonna have sex with animals.
And with that, I think we should continue. Person 7. Okay, person 7. So, okay. Whenever you're ready.
So, should nations focus on economic development or environmental protection? Well, this is a hard question to answer. All nations are trying to answer these kind of questions. Um, but we strongly agree that the nations should really protect their environment by focusing on environmental protection. Um, Humans have natural needs. For example, they need to breathe, they need food, they need water during their life. So if you don't protect your environment, you lose your trees, oxygen, everything, and you cannot find food. For example, and Earth provides this water, food, oxygen. For example, China. China is the most wealthy country in the world, but the people are suffering because of the air pollution. And air pollution kills the plants, grass, trees, everything. And they provide oxygen. So if air pollution continues, the plants will kill, and so we will have not enough oxygen, and we will lose our natural needs.
Um,
To listen to both sides, we can say that the economy and the environment are doing important in their own ways. But what's more important than now is the future. And what's future to us? It's coming generations. As we are the waves of the sea. We leave our prints on the sand and vanish into it. And when the new wave of generation is coming, what is they will recover? Dirt, climate issues, and stable weather? Do we really need to think about ourselves instead of living future in for the better times? I even think just asking you, what do you want for your children? I guess it's going to be a better future. But in order to do that, we have to save the future, saving the environment now. Because that's why the environment is more important than money. And to prove my point, I'll give you an example. This is economy in a form. Question number 1, can you feed it? No, like can you buy for it? Not can you buy from something for it, can you literally feed it to someone? Can you wear the clothes?
You can go to a shop and buy yourself a clothes.
No, even that's mine. That's your, not for
It's
mine.
not a question, it's a rhetorical question. It's just
So,
think about it.
everything we use is from natural environment. And that's all. Thank you for listening.
These will be okay. Person 7 from this team.
Are you going to upload this video?
Yeah. А кто седьмой ученик?
Я не знаю. То есть, если вы перевод,
I'm gonna read some notes. I have to go back.
yeah.
My,
Okay, sorry, whenever you're ready.
my group strongly agree that economy is more important than environment. Because what is going to ensure safe future for new generation? What is going to help survive poor countries or without money the world is going to stay in the same position and the human will never allow that. The business world is always going to protect the golden arrow. So it's nothing what people can do. The money will still be more important than the world, than the environment.
Thanks. Okay, Kristen.
I've never been the hopeful about our future than right now. You know, right now we're facing economic problems and environmental problems. What we can solve it? Me and my teammates we came to the agreement that economy should be a number one priority from every person. Because as we can see from the example that we have right now, economic crisis. And soon it's going to be second wave of economic crisis. If we're going to have it, our environment not going to be safe. Without the money, we can't provide the future for the environment. Because, for example, even the safe energy, you should have a lot of money for this. By having stable economy and know that nothing can happen with your money, we're going to have safe future. Also, I can give you some examples about the nuclear power. Yeah, of course, we can reduce it by providing better stations. But if we're just gonna close the stations, people are just gonna lose their jobs. And when you're losing your job, you're losing your money, and the economy, for example, the economy is going down. What I'm trying to say that we should focus more on the problems which we have in the world, which we have in the world right now, and the main problem is money. Everything is spinning around money. People feel in charge when they have money, and actually they do charge. Because without the money, we're not gonna have safe environment. So I don't want to say that we shouldn't care about environment, but let's first, as I said before, solve one problem and after move to another. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna have safe economy and safe environment. But as I said before, we should put economy on the first place because without the money, we're not gonna have future.
Thanks, Ross. Give yourself a round of applause. I'll let you guys close it out. I'm going to go over a few things in a minute, but I'll give you a couple more minutes just to ask questions. We have about 5 minutes.
Debate
Yeah.
right now.
You guys did a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll allow you guys to answer.
Never
I invite you guys now to ask questions and answers to each other just for a few minutes before we finish up. So go ahead.
I have a question to Simone about what China can do about money because you said that the people are dying and what China can do about money.
So basically, the air pollution